Alrighty. So, we're going to be going through Catzilla's. I'm going to avoid Catzilla's offlane Mars replay. Might as well get right into it. It's been ages since I've done one of these. So yeah, pretty hyped. Pretty pumped. See how it goes. I really need hotkeys to adjust this, the speed. That's fine. Well, I suppose the first thing we should do is address starting items. I think I don't like having such a limited amount of regen when I have such a weak support in my lane, when the enemy team is quite strong. Or at least when the enemy support's quite strong. I think that you're not really gonna need this mango super early, and you're also not really gonna need this branch. So I would definitely have sold one of these and got an extra set of tangos. But then everything else I'm fine with. I don't think you really need a salve in this lane. It's mostly gonna be chip damage. So yeah, I would have just sold a branch and a mango for an extra set of tangos. Wait, is that another mango you ferried out? Where is it? Alright. You do not need this many mangoes in lane unless you're anticipating that they will literally respawn after you kill them and then kill themselves again by walking under your tower. And even then, you probably don't need mangoes if they're walking under your tower. You're not going to get through this much mana. And you're not going to, like, at all. You're going to use you're going to use this many mangoes in, like, 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. 5 minutes, maybe. And even then, like, if you're not really getting kills with them, you're kind of just wasting your mana. I think you definitely need another set of regen, because you should be getting punished for having such a greedy build. 3 mangoes in no way assists your survivability in lane. It's simply to enable. It simply enables. I don't know. It doesn't for a hero like Mars. I think that was very important here, that you missed some really free trades on Ursa. So you aggro the wave back. You see Disruptor's occupied against the Phoenix, and is in no way threatening you with any form of chip damage. Your priority now, that you know you're not under any immediate threats of chip or being out-traded, is to secure your range creep and secure the enemy range creep and deny your own. So, by what mechanisms can we do that? You've aggroed this wave, so you've put the wave in a position where you're going to force this Ursa, you're saying to this Ursa, hey, come at me, bro. If you go for this fucking range creep, you've got to get through me. So now, in theory, if this guy comes up, you're going to hit him with God's Rebuke. You're going to then hit him with, like, 2 right clicks, and maybe he gets that range creep, but it's not. He's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see how much damage he takes. I actually have no idea what your damage numbers are. 1 right click. So you could have done probably 200 damage to this guy reasonably in a second. I think, and even then, I think you could have got 1 more right click off. Like, you could have done 250 damage. In the first few seconds of the lane. I think that we've definitely missed an opportunity here to really leverage our decision making lane. Are you missing a range creep? All right, this is a no-no. Yes, pulling the creeps back is phenomenal. This is great. This is what you want to do. However, losing this range creep royally fucks you. Because it's going to put the Ursa ahead in terms of XP, since you didn't deny the creep from him. Wait a minute. You have more tangos? I swear, I could have sworn that you ferried 2 mangoes. Oh, you got, wait, what the, oh no, that's Ursa's. Okay. I was getting confused, because, yeah. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, you got 2 mangoes. So what you need to do, is you need to run around with these range creeps, just like, over here, until he either A, chooses to deny this himself, or you just tank a few of the creep damage, because Ursa's not that strong level 1, he doesn't have Orb Venom, and you just go up and you just bop him. You just give the creep a little bop, you get the CS, and then you just walk back down. Maybe the wave resets here instead. Oh, like if this guy had done that properly, you would have lost that range creep. Essentially. better players, if that disruptor was nearby, if these guys were working together, you lose that range creep. And then suddenly these guys hit level 2 before you, and you're not particularly strong level 1. Or you and Phoenix level 1 are getting absolutely bollocked level 2 by these two, if you're not careful. So, really important. It's great to pull the wave back, but you have to, when pulling the wave, you have to consider where the range creep is. The range creep is the numero uno priority. You've got to be thinking about where the range creep is, and if it takes a few seconds of walking around with the creeps and you can afford that, then hell, do it. I like this first side Embracer. Just really looking to out-sustain this lane, or not really going to pressure you once Phoenix is level 3, because you've got the attack speed slow. I like it. First side Embracer, great. I still don't like that you don't have that much regen, but, I mean, you're kind of getting away with it, so it's probably fine. This Phoenix is making so much space, I don't understand why these builders are so occupied with Phoenix. Nice, I would like to see you spear as well as, interesting. I think you definitely could have speared him there. I would have right-clicked this creep, and then try to. I think you can either you don't have to spear him like into a tree. You can even spear him into your wave after his wave's dead, and then he just starts tanking range creeps. Like and then Phoenix is in level 2. I was about to say if Phoenix was level 2, she just runs him down. But I think we definitely missed a kill opportunity here, because we were too you've got all this mana, right? You might as well use it. This is the build that you're going for. You need to play as aggressively as your build facilitates. Like that was a huge waste, because now this guy can step up to the wave now, and your Phoenix is also occupied over here, kind of just doing a really good job actually of just boxing out this disruptor. But now this Ursa's like, hey, I'm not gonna die because Spear's gone. He really shouldn't die unless he's an idiot. He's trying to man mode you instead of just going for the creep wave. Which is interesting. But again, we could have held Spear there to, or you could have held Spear there to just threaten this guy. So now look how far this guy backs off sometimes as well when you've got Spear up. He's got to be so careful stepping up the wave. Nice, great. Would have liked to see it on a couple of the earlier waves, but it doesn't matter. I don't think that was worth it. I think you didn't have to kill the creep there for a little bit of chip damage. You could have saved your mana, pulled the creep down here a little bit, just in case Phoenix misses this pull, and then maybe the wave resets like. How is this wave pushing actually? I don't understand. Is Disruptor pulled? Is Disruptor pulling a wave that's pushing into them? What the hell? He is. Okay. Disruptor's pulled for some unknown reason. Unfortunate. No worries. It's very easy for you to contest. I lied. Apparently, Disruptor has a stack off. I don't know how Disruptor has a stack off while trading with Phoenix this whole time, but apparently he does. Nice. Okay.
Illusion.
You don't. How do I phrase this? You don't need a magic wand so early in this lane. The only real spells you're. Like, Ursa's not particularly spamming spells on you, and nor is Disruptor. I think Stick is extremely valuable. I think you could have gone Stick. You could have gone Tangos. I think that's also extremely valuable. Then what would I go in this lane? I don't know. Maybe Soul Ring, because you've got such incredible disengage potential that you're not really scared of Ursa running you down, so you don't really need early boots. The armor would have been nice. The tankiness would have been nice. The extra HP regen because it gives you strength. I think definitely right now I would look to have gone Stick into an extra set of Tangos, into Soul Ring, into Phase Boots, Windlace, and then this game is an amazing Yules game. So Phase Yules is definitely on the cards for this game. Yules is incredible at dealing with Ursa during Enrage because it doesn't care about status resistance. Amazing against Windrunner because you can dispel Wind Run. I don't know what the spell is called. Wind Run. Oh, sorry, Wind Ranger. Yeah, you can dispel Wind Ranger's Wind Run. You can catch Storm with it. If you're quick with your hands, if Storm's zipping into a fight, and maybe he feels like he can just play around dodging your spells, You just use them into the air and time it with Spear of Mars, bang. That's 3 heroes that don't want to get caught or get stopped in doing what they're doing, and that you've mitigated with 1 item. So yeah, definitely phase Yules into... phase Wind Lace into Yules to play. Because I really don't think you need boots so early in this lane. I think Ursa into Mars is just such a Mars favored matchup that boots really doesn't do anything. Again, I think immediately there, I think you can spear this guy. This guy does not have the right to walk up to this lane when you're level 4 at all. You've got so many resources at your disposal to take this trade. I would love to see, like, if this guy comes, you should really be thinking, right? If you need to be thinking, if Ursa comes up for a right click, can I punish him? That's a very big pervading thought in this lane. And the answer is yes. So you should be keeping an eye out on certain melee creeps when they're getting low. And be like, okay, this creep is low. If Ursa comes up, I'll position effectively, and I'll just spear this guy into a tree. I'll have my Phoenix dive on him, throw all the spells at him, and I'll slow this guy, and then suddenly this guy's only option is to TP back to his base because otherwise he dies. But unfortunately, we're now faced with a situation where Ursa should really have 2 deaths and is allowed to farm in a lane against Mars for some reason, when his Disruptor has griefed his lane. Nice. Solid kill. Very, very efficient usage of the W. I like it. I like it. Phoenix has reset the wave. Okay, this is bad, right? If your Phoenix has just pulled the wave and it's about to get fully denied, your first objective should be to bring the wave down here immediately. If there's nothing more you can do. Yeah, you can keep the creeps up here and still make it back here in time to reset the wave. But like, if this Disruptor, who's standing in these trees for some reason, if this Disruptor is smart, this is just a free trade for Disruptor. He's gonna throw his Q on you. He's gonna throw his spells at you. He's gonna kinetic field you. Maybe Ursa dodges a spear and they just run you, and then suddenly you're just taking a lot of unnecessary harass damage. If there's no creeps helping you out, and if there's no real reason to keep these creeps up here, just immediately back off to the outside of tower and start kiting these creeps. There's no reason to trade HP for literally nothing. Is the point I'm trying to get at. Because now you also disrupt this pull as well. You could have reset your wave. I know you still have cart, but like, you're not really gonna threaten this tower at 5 minutes. You don't really push that fast. Like, you could have set up the wave here by pulling those creep waves down and just ignoring this Ursa, and then leaving Ursa's creeps to get denied by the double stack, because what the fuck's Ursa gonna do about it? And then this wave is set basically. You can, if Disruptor tries to pull, Phoenix can go contest fairly easily. If Ursa tries to come up for this wave, you literally just run him down all the way back to his tower, and you just beat the ever-living, like, daylights out of this guy. But instead, we're giving this Ursa what he wants. We're letting this wave be outside of his tower, and it really doesn't contribute to any of the aggression that you can have in the lane. Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I think I've said everything I can in terms of laning stage now. It's basically just... Alright. I like that you go for the Soul Ring. I still think you could have the Soul Ring first. This Boots isn't really that useful in this lane. Typically, Boots against Ursa is very good, but I think Mars is just one of those heroes that like, doesn't care about Ursa. Just spear him away. You're never in any real threat. Disruptor doesn't have a stun. He's got glimpse, but he never has any mana anyways. Okay, we're going back to base. Get our Soul Ring, full resources, and we were really looking to amp up our pressure now in preparation for the 10-minute cart timing.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. taking damage.
Interesting usage.
Dire's middle tower is
Interesting usage of spells, I believe. Oh. I mean, okay. I mean, everyone misses spells sometimes. Right? It's fine. That's just a rotation from Wind Ranger.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Normally.
What a purdy hue.
Their off lane is getting absolutely like shredded. You've got really good CSing in this lane. Maybe not as many kills as we could have, but still very good farm. Builds for the game.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Why are we mid? We've got cart mid. We've lost our cart top lane. Did you show on the enemy team as well?
Radiant's top
I'm trying to
tower
think.
is under siege.
I'm trying to think why you've gone mid lane. Your tower's under pressure top. This Ursa's free farming. I understand that you can basically secure this mid tower, I guess. But I think I would definitely try and you would need to communicate with your Phoenix that he needs to go top. I feel like not having anyone in this off lane is not great. I don't like how you back off to farm as soon as this cart is dead. You should literally be AFK right clicking this tower right now. You shouldn't be over here. You don't have the luxury of hanging around in the enemy jungle to just hitting creeps. This tower is your #1 priority, and every second longer that it takes to take this tower is another second that things can go wrong and you get caught out with less HP and resources than you want. I think this isn't even greedy, because the greediest thing would be to stay on top of the tower. This doesn't get you anything. This is 60 gold for the chance to die, and we're about to see if you die. With Storm Spirit's nearby, I think you should be dead. Nice overhead.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Again, now, look what this has just accomplished. You lost your catapult wave mid for nothing. This tower could have been dead on the next wave. But you're not there to tank it. You're not there to zone people away. You've wasted your ulti. So now a free 10-minute tower may not go down because of your decision to go and farm creeps that don't give you anything. Don't give your team anything. And you may even die for it. Yeah. So, very much not worth it. You've just baited your entire team to use 3 ultis for literally nothing. And this mid tower could have put your entire team well ahead, because the enemy team does not have great recovery mechanisms. Since Ursa's going battle free, but like Nightstalker doesn't recover that well. And like Storm can recover, but like Storm can recover if he's got people making space. I don't like the amount of emphasis you're putting on lanes that aren't your own as well. Why are you bot lane? You're letting Ursa free farm, dude. You're not scared of Ursa. You can do whatever the hell you want to this guy. Your PL doesn't want to fight. PL's weak as shit right now. He doesn't like, he's strong, but like these kills and potentially dying is not worth it for him. Your PL just wants to be free farming the entirety of his jungle. You coming bot is baiting your PL into potentially a bad fight where he could die when he has no resources, no HP. And you're setting your team even further back. You had a great start. First 10 minutes, I think, really solid. Not really too much to complain about other than just lanes, and you can get a couple extra kills. But now this is throwing. This is kind of griefing your team, honestly. And then we need to come back to, what has this TP accomplished? This TP has accomplished nothing, and their win condition is farming. So that's the last thing I'm going to say about this right now. This is a bad TP. Like there's no other way to phrase this.
Run to your taters.
Dire's middle tower taking damage. Dire's middle tower is now but a memory. Dire's middle tower is
Yep, if you were top lane, this could have been a kill without losing anyone. How did PL die? PL went top lane. Oh, I see. PL went... Okay. PL went top lane because you're in his lane as well. Like you should have been abusing how strong you were top lane. You actually like this game could go very differently if the enemy team was slightly better, if they didn't have a Night Stalker. Because I think everything you're doing is actually kind of sabotaging your team's game, but it's fine. We're getting away with it. It's okay. So we just play it. We just see how best we can best. I don't think you need Vlads this game. I know it's a great item with PL, but it's too good of a Yule's game. Yule's hands down just crushes their team. It's amazing. If you ever get static stormed, you just Yules yourself and mitigate a lot of the damage. So since you're already naturally tanky, you can just reset the fight after static storm. You can catch Storm Spirit, you can catch Ursa, you can catch Wind Ranger with Yules. I think this is I think with the start you've had, I think going for Vlad is going to set you back quite a bit. Your team has more than enough damage. Your job is just catch people. And you've got Witch Doctor sustain, you have Sunray. Like your team also doesn't need more sustain. You've got Sunray and Voodoo Restoration. Your team has insane out the ass. Like interesting. This is a really bad rotation, but it looks like your support called it. When do we want to rotate? I think the smoke is fine, just to get a couple wards, maybe see if there's a free kill. But you only see one person on the map, which is Night Stalker. So people would tend to assume Night Stalker would be playing close-ish to his team at nighttime. For some reason, maybe not. They aren't. Your only objectives here are maybe you can force out Ursa ulti, maybe you can kill Wind, maybe you can kill Disruptor. You're not going to kill anyone else. This is the one target I believe you can't kill.
Of course. Soak it in.
Yeah. The Storm Spirit needs to just TP. Oh, he doesn't have TP. I don't know why the Storm Spirit TP. Now you baited your team's ultis out. You use your ulti. You don't really get anything out of this. You could have just been farming up your Yules faster, your Vlads faster. There's no real reason to force moves. You're so far ahead. And now your last 3 moves have just put the enemy team ahead and put your team behind. Thankfully your PL is farming, which should be your Snap is farming, kind of ignoring these random plays. I don't even know if you should be top anymore. I would honestly, now that you've taken top tier 1, I mean Mars can't really take over this jungle against their team. They're quite good at going in and out. They've got really good catch. There's no one that you immediately threaten. They've all got like decent disengage and mobility. I think right now your job should be to path yourself bot lane and start playing for this tier 1 tower. There's no reason for you to be here. Obviously, if your PL's not come up, I think then it makes sense. But in an ideal world, you would tell your PL to TP top lane and you would go bot lane. And PL would then just farm through this entire part of the map. They're not really going to kill PL if they find him. Oh, they really shouldn't. He's gonna... Unless Storm catches him. I don't see any way he dies unless Storm catches him. Snapfire died because you're not playing bot with her for the next objective. This is your next objective on the map, the bot tier 1.
Keep them to envy. Sustained. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Structures are fortified.
Nice. I'm not quite sure why they're hanging around. Great fight. Great execution. Ooh. Could have been big. You weren't going to kill him, but it would have been nice for just to chip. They're choosing to fight you, it seems. Interesting. They are not very strong. That's fine. Now that you've taken over bot lane and the wave's pushing in, you know that someone is going to move bot, so you can look to start taking over top lane. Nice, clean game. Get some deep wards down top lane. You're quite strong. NS does not have ult for a bit. 9 seconds. Maybe you don't want to force fight. Maybe you want to wait for snap ulti. In which case, I don't really want you sitting like this mid, you don't really get anything out of it. There's no reason to be this far up. You could be pathing top lane and farming this camp and this wave, and then maybe posturing on the high ground, see if you get some information, wait, and then just scaring people away from their jungle. You don't really offer anything to anybody by standing here. Like, yeah, you cleared this wave, but your Phoenix could clear this wave. Your Witch Doctor could clear this wave. It doesn't really do anything. Playing side lanes is like, is for the most part what an offlaner wants to do after the laning stage breaks down. And the only time you really want to play mid as an offlaner is if you're defending your mid tier 1 tower or your mid tier 2 tower. Otherwise, it really, I definitely think you want to be playing towards the top side of the map. As soon as you possibly can, or maybe if you don't feel comfortable playing top side, you can nice, great reactive TP. Unfortunately, your PL's dead. Oh, I would have cancelled that TP, sir. I don't think I would have believed that the PL died. It's great to react, but as soon as you see your carry dead, I think you just dip. I'll keep going for 25 minutes, and then I'll see what else we can do.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Bottom tower has fallen.
Interesting that PL wants to go Diffusal first when he doesn't really want to play active in this game. Again, that wave could have been your PLs to accelerate him further. You instead could have passed top, taken the hard camp, taken the wave, top lane. There's no real reason for you to be playing mid ever, really. Nice, no one's taking ancient camps, you might as well. You got your blink coming. There's no real reason to show in the wave. I want to just see you pathing top lane again. You're very, very strong. You're gonna hit a 25-minute timing soon. You wanna control the enemy top lane or your top lane as best as possible. Nice, moving top lane, great, perfect. Run into them. I'm not sure how you guys win that fight. How does this happen? So you run into. Ursa initiates the fight. Phoenix Egg is popped immediately. I think target priority could definitely use some work, but I mean the rest of your team seems to have it anyway. I don't think your objective is to chase the disruptor. So they take a really bad fight. All your team fights. Somehow Egg doesn't go down. PL dies, but you take an amazing fight. Now you're about to open up the map. Perfect. And I imagine it's just clean sailing from here on out. I don't particularly see. Looks a little bit throwy at certain key moments of the game. But it's probably an itemization issue that we can go through. I think Halberd. I think if you go Yules this game instead of Lads, you can go for the BKB. But I like that you've gone Halberd with your current build. It makes sense. You do need something to address the Ursa and the Wind Ranger, and Halberd is the next best item. Then you go into the BKB, into the Lotus Orb. Yep, I like this. You need to be able to cast your spells. BKB is super important. If you're confident that with Blink you can get into fights, then and cast your spells, that's great. Looks like they get next Roche and just kind of go from there. So I think for the first 25 minutes, just because I don't like reviewing too much after that, it will probably just come down to execution. You had a great lead. Just make sure that you're really focusing on playing in parts of the map where pressure is important, right? You were Mars. You had a great lane, but this Ursa got way too much. This Ursa should have probably died twice in lane, at least, and you should have really been pressuring his tower at 10 minutes. I like that you went mid, and you chose to take mid tower at 10 minutes instead. That's perfectly fine, because you can you can still open up for really aggressive smoke movements as well when their mid tower is down. You really catch people off guard. Like you were probably you were definitely too greedy. There's no reason to farm a small camp when you're taking mid. If you're taking a tower, your objective is we're taking this tower, not I'm here to stroll into the enemy jungle to farm some creeps for the memes. But otherwise, I like the way you've itemized. It makes sense if you want to go this Blink Flads build to go the Halberd afterwards. I still think Yules is definitely an item you want to try out on Mars when they're against very finicky, hard to catch heroes like this. But they've got lots of AoE bullshit you can dodge as well. I think it's a very good Yules Mars game. Other than that, I think that's about all I can say. Yeah. Pull it there.